like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up now. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up now. I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
All right, welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We'll bring back the OG intro. How's everybody doing? Hopefully well. Let's see. Yeah, just gonna take a moment to settle in, catch up with chat, and then we'll get into some stuff. We'll obviously do a pretty standard rundown here. I'm gonna make a few changes today from the norm. So we'll run through Bitcoin, take a look at ETH. We'll run through some altcoins, and the major change that I'm gonna try to make this week is I'm not gonna look at every little ticker that gets spammed. I normally try to look at every single ticker that you guys throw in the chat, and I'm not gonna do that anymore. Sorry. I'm gonna be a little bit more selective and ignore some of them, just because it does take away from the stream for some other people that don't really care about your random tickers, and also, you know, it fries my brain looking at turbo dog shit. So I'm gonna chill on that a bit. Not saying I won't look at your tickers at all. I'm just gonna be a little bit more selective about it. Interstellar music, yeah, we can do that next week. I don't want to try to look it up. My playlist on YouTube is massive. I'll have to scroll for 10 minutes to find the Interstellar tracks. Yeah, I know. I need to fix the intro and stop doing it manually. I'm just lazy. I think I need to switch over to OBS Streamlabs to do that, and I haven't switched over. I like just the OG OBS. Ticker free zone. I was wondering what settings does one change on exchange so that price doesn't touch my liquidation level and goes up instead. You ready for this, guys? You simply buy other people's liquidations instead of buying here. You buy here. There you go. Boom. Free alpha. What's up, guys? Is this a bull market? I would consider it so. We've been in a bull trend for like 15 months. Maybe even 16, depending on when you count it. But the way that I'm defining things is like having broken all-time high. That's when I will define it as a bull market. But I always explain the idea that bull market, bear market, it doesn't really matter. You want to be a trend follower, because by the time that it's, you can actually properly define something as a bull or a bear market, it's already gone up or down a shitload by then, right? It's a bear market when Bitcoin goes down 60%, right? Are you gonna wait for it to go down 60% to change your view on things? Probably not, right? So just be a trend follower, guys. Fuck the bull market, bear market definitions. They don't really matter. If Doge goes to $1, how long do you think it'll take? My balls are deep in this shitter. Who knows? I think that the Doge looks good, and I bought the shit out of this dip on Tuesday last week. I bet very, very hard on Doge amongst some other meme coins, which it's pretty wild how much the other meme coins rallied. I'll do an actual proper analysis on Doge when we get into altcoins, but I have pretty high conviction in Doge. Doge is the Bitcoin of memes, so it's one that makes sense to own for sure, in my opinion, for the long term. As far as timeline goes, you need to be really patient with it. So you should buy spot and not buy derivatives. You should buy spot and fucking chill. If you look at the last cycle, Dogecoin went up a lot, then went sideways for a couple of months, and then went up a lot more. So you need to be patient with it for sure. Buy low, sell high. Crazy strategy. Real alpha. It's a bull market only if you bought, otherwise it's a scam. Yeah, it's a scam with no demand, and we're just drifting up because there's no ask if you're not long. Starting to see people calling 2024, 2025 recessions. Yeah, good luck. Good luck to them. Macro-Lab's been calling recessions since 2021. I mean, like, if you were bearish in late 2021, you know, that worked really well for you, right? I was bearish in November, all the way through 2020, right? Or 2022, excuse me. But, you know, things changed a long time ago. You know, last year things changed in a big way. So if you can't adapt, then sucks to suck. All right, everybody. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Do me a favor before I get started, press that like button. 140 something of you in here and 25 likes. We need to pump those numbers up. You think you can share new upcoming projects or something under the hood that hasn't pumped yet? I mean, dude, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I'm the last person that you want to to be sharing fundamental analysis. I don't do fundamental analysis, guys. I literally just listen to, I have like 2 or 3 friends that are good with that stuff, and I just blindly copy trade their shills when it comes to FA stuff. I don't have any interest in reading up on this blockchain development or, you know, this, you know, modular cross-chain liquidity mining. I don't care. Part of that, you know, it depends on where you're at in your own character arc. I'm at a stage nowadays where I don't need to care. I have a good social network built up where I have friends that do that and are willing to share that information with me, so I don't have to. It just doesn't suit my, you know, the type of person I am. I don't want to read about that kind of stuff anymore. I'm over it. Yeah, it's boring to me. Give alpha on Solana. Yeah, we'll cover Solana, and Doge will be some central focus for me because those are pretty large positions that I have right now. Were people hyper obsessed with calling the top last cycle? Wild behavior lately. Were they? I don't know. I don't really remember. I'm sure in like the earlier, you know, in the way that kind of stuff works is that in the earlier stages of a trend, so we can go to higher time frame, right? We're still, I know things are wild, right? We're up a lot and price is basically parabolic, but I do think that we're still relatively early in the bull market. And the way that it works psychologically, if we go back to the other one, is that this is where the previous all-time high break was, right here. And what happens is that people are interested in kind of calling the top in the earlier stages, and then eventually, right, they get tired of opening a trade and getting stopped out or closing it out over and over again to where they give up, right? And then the top actually comes around and they've been psychologically beaten down and they're not interested in it anymore. So the same kind of dynamic will probably play out here, where you're gonna have all the midwits on your timeline that are calling the top, and like, imagine if this was how brutal this top would be. Like, midwits never win, guys. They never win. So that's what will happen, right? We're basically in these kind of stages right now, or somewhere around here, right? We're in one of these kind of periods currently, and people are interested in shorting. Next kind of major leg will really clap them up, and that's where they'll psychologically capitulate on calling the top, and then we'll, you know, momentum will eventually die off, and a real top will be there, and they'll have been beaten down so many times they won't be interested anymore. So I think that the same kind of thing happened last cycle. This is where your top callers come in, they get, you know, beaten down mentally, and then a real top comes. So I think that's the best way of looking at it, probably. It's hard for me to like say exactly what happened last time around, because I've never been one to like spend too much time scrolling social media. I do pretty quick scans, and I don't really spend a lot of time looking at the timeline. I don't really care what other people think for the most part. Also, I try to align myself with people that are actually good at following trends and aren't, you know, idiots. So my friends are, you know, aren't interested in trying to call the top. You know, a top will come eventually, and I'll do my best to pivot, like I did last time. But I'm not interested in that way of thinking right now. It's a good question from Doc, though. All right, I'm gonna catch up with chat, and then I'm gonna get into Bitcoin macro breakdown. I like the stream so much, I hit the like button twice. Chad. Why are alts bleeding so much? It's pretty standard for, you know, like I would make two arguments for why alts are struggling right now. Like one, whenever Bitcoin is really, really strong, it kind of sucks liquidity out of the larger market, and you know, altcoins tend to struggle because people are selling their Bitcoin to buy, or they're selling their altcoins to buy Bitcoin out of FOMO. Something that's happened over and over again for many years now, like the entire time I've been in crypto that's existed. It's less prevalent nowadays because we don't trade Bitcoin pairs. The other thing is that, you know, a lot of your altcoins, you know, a lot of our altcoins are overextended, right? When meme coins are, you know, I'm not talking about your random meme coin that was created 3 days ago, but your like larger cap meme coins were ripping, right? They're going up 60% in a day and stuff like that. So it only makes sense for a cooldown stage. All right, I love this comment. I don't know exactly why why this exists. But you used a very strange choice of words here. But Magus, you seem to have an absolutely Chad butt rocker attitude on Twitter. I don't know what butt rocker is, but we'll take it. Whilst on stream, you sound like an angel. I'm confused. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like to be a little bit more serious on the stream. And then, yeah, I'm a full degenerate idiot on Twitter. I don't know if I talk about this on the stream all that much. I definitely talk about it in the Paragon a lot. Twitter's just for fun for me, guys. I use Twitter to have a good time and to joke around about shit. So, yeah, when somebody joined the group a couple weeks ago, or maybe like a month ago, and said, like, I need to understand the duality of Magus. You're an absolute barbarian savage on Twitter and a nice young man on stream. It's so confusing. And that really, I think about that all the time now. It's actually fucking hilarious. Even the Great Duck. Yeah, the Great Duck can suck. I find these conditions so ash to trade. Spot chill is really the way. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely more focused on spot chill and riding, you know, momentum swing trades. Most of my active trading is pretty aggressive momentum plays. And then the kind of trading that isn't super aggressive with profit taking is like, you know, buying big pukes like we got last week. I can maybe try to explain some of that when we get into the medium time frame, but I mean, most of you guys should be really placing a heavy emphasis on, you know, spot and chill for sure. Keep spamming the dolly till it doesn't work anymore. That is facts. Bro, stop showing your vanity bag. Nobody cares. Charlie will show it for you because he's up like 13x on that shitcoin. What's your favorite accounts on CT? Who's funny? Who's funny on CT? I don't really know. I like funny people, honestly. I don't go to Twitter to fucking learn anything from people, you know? I like Twitter for fun. So whoever's funny is gonna be, you know, all the meme lords are my favorite accounts for sure. You tell Charlie when you go live. We have each other on alerts on Twitter. Also, we both have the same exact schedule every week. I sent the fee for Paragon, but can't find the address. Where is it? Maybe I'm redacted. I'm trying not to say the R word and stuff anymore on YouTube. You know, if you're talking about the actual like transaction address, we don't really need it. I can DM Charlie or myself, and we'll try to sort that out. I'm not gonna try to figure it out on stream. Yeah, I like Trading Axe. I think he's funny. Any of the like turbo autist accounts that like spam memes or spam jokes, those are the accounts that I like. I don't really care much for the serious stuff these days. It's not my style. Will you, Charlie, and Doc ever do a stream one day? Yeah, we'll probably do that. I mean, I haven't done a stream with Charlie in a long time. I did one with Doc not that long ago. All right, caught up with chat. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna get serious for a minute. I'm gonna ignore chat and talk about some Bitcoin shit. So, just jump straight into things. Kind of trying to leave. It's crazy like how much development there is every time we do a new stream. Kind of leaving off where we were at last week. We talked about how 60K was the final resistance that we were looking for it to get flipped into support, which obviously worked out. We had a big dip on Tuesday last week. Bitcoin went down like 15% really quickly, dipped into the macro support zone and bounced from it in a big way. I bought it up pretty aggressively. I used this as an opportunity to buy meme coins. I used it as an opportunity to buy ETH. I used it as an opportunity to buy, for aggressive Dalai Lama plays. And I'm still in one of those trades. I bought Bitcoin. My average is 60.5, and I'm still in that. And then I've got my swing Bitcoin trade from like over here. So I'm long from here, and I'm long from here on Bitcoin. Definitely pretty parabolic at this point. I have one major concern around how extended we are from value, but I'll cover that in a minute. There isn't like a whole lot of like TA to really cover anymore, right? Like we've hit the all-time high and we're above it right now. So, we're looking for momentum to either cool off or sustain to make some decisions. So if Bitcoin goes sideways to some degree, mark out your ranges and look to buy into whatever the lowest points in the ranges are. It's definitely alpha. You don't make the mistake of buying the breakout. Look for whatever the range is that you can identify if there is one, and buy as low in the range as you can get away with. As far as like levels go, there isn't any more. I'll be using composite structuring to form my levels moving forward, and I'll be using VWAPs, and that's pretty much it. From there, I'll be thinking about round numbers and meme numbers. So there isn't really, unfortunately, there's no more meme numbers to use right now because 69K is below us. But I guess like 69K does matter for support on some level. So 69K, 80K round number, 90K, wherever the fuck that's at, 90K, 100K. You do want to think about round numbers. They matter. My most bearish kind of target for the bull run is for us to breach 100K and trade up to like 116, 113, something like that. Trade up here and then lose 100K and then have the trend be over. That's like my most bearish target that I have set up right now. That's just basically, there's no like TA or over and out. It's just like psychological, right? 100K is going to be a really important level. And I bet you there's going to be people that try to front run it and sell ahead of time, and they're going to get blown out. And I think that getting over 100K would be crazy from a psychological standpoint. So us like doing something like that for like a larger pullback, I don't know if I think that that's where the trend would end. But that would be a great way to like really rinse a lot of traders, is to breach 100K, let everybody get like incredibly euphoric about it, and then, kind of do a larger pullback. Other than that, please feel free to ask questions about Bitcoin macro. I don't have like a whole lot of stuff that I can really share at this point, just because we're just in like wait and chill mode at this point. It's wild how I'm just realizing all my alerts on the perp contract are all super low because we've already gone through all of them at this point. So I need to readjust all these. Like there's no reason to have a 25K alert. We'll slap it to like 68K. Respect the trend. If there's ever any actual large pullbacks, as in 10 to 20% is probably what you're looking at. I don't think you should be waiting for 40% pullbacks or anything like that. The market is so much more mature and more liquid than it used to be. So your best pullbacks that you're going to get are probably going to be like 15%, I would guess, maybe 20% on the higher end. And yeah, I mean, you want to be bullish, submit to the trend. Anybody that's trying to call the top over here is likely a midwit, right? They might nail it from a point of view that, you know, absolutely this could be a local top where we like kind of mark out a larger range. I could totally see that happening. But like macro top definitely doesn't make any sense to me. So be very, you know, how do I word it? Be very cautious with the pessimistic guys on your timeline. I'd honestly unfollow anybody that is pessimistic about price going up. And if like, I mean, I saw somebody calling the top today for the entire cycle, and I just turned off the app. But if I stayed on there any longer, I would have blocked him, because that's just straight up midwit as fuck. So I'll catch up with chat here. If there's any questions about Bitcoin macro, please throw them in the chat, and I'll definitely get them answered. Definitely will help me help you if you ask questions. Then we'll move on to VWAPs and medium time frame after that. $77 and $88. What do you mean? Like, you think 77K is gonna matter? It could. The triple top. Yeah, imagine it's a triple top, guys. It's just like, I heard this on, or not heard this, I saw this the other day that, oh, it's just a range from 30K to like 70K, or to 60K, actually, I think is what they said. So it's just going to deviate and lose 60K, and then we're going to go all the way down. That's, I saw somebody say that. I mean, we might be at the precipice of like actual rate cutting too. It's something to respect. The fact that we've gone up like this and rates haven't even gotten cut yet. If they actually start to cut rates, that's going to be insane, guys. We are going to fucking send. This will be like the best bull run in the history of Bitcoin's life if they cut rates for us. Just imagine what meme coins are going to do if rates get cut. Trading Axe bullying the euros is the best. I know your mates, but it's hilarious. I mean, I'm friends with all sorts of people. I don't know if I can say I'm friends with Trading Axe, but we definitely get along, and I appreciate the bullying. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but we're clearly name dropping a perma bear. Not interested in engaging with that stuff. Sucks to suck, you know? Simple as that. I think you deleted your comment after you asked if funding is a meme. Funding's definitely not a meme, guys. It's just that everybody doesn't know how to use it properly. I said this on the last stream. I'll say it again. Price is going up. Funding doesn't really matter that much, because if I'm paying 2 basis points or 10 basis points every 8 hours for a coin that's going to go up, you know, go up 50% or whatever, I don't care, right? But if price is struggling and is going sideways and funding is high, then it's not a meme. Then it matters, right? Because think about it, you're paying money to not make any money. If you're paying money to make money, that's just part of the game, right? If you are paying money to not make money, though, that's a problem. So when open interest is high and funding is high and price isn't going up, that is a significant risk to the market, right? That increases the likelihood of a big flush, which is exactly what we got last week. That's what this move was, right? Price was struggling to go up. We had a whole lot of people that were gambling on the all-time high break, and funding was high, open interest was at record levels, and we flushed the shit out of them, which created a fantastic dip buying opportunity, which if you were prepared for, hopefully you yeeted on, because I bet super hard on that dump. we always dumped after cutting rates, or am I wrong? I mean, I'm not a fucking macro nerd, so I don't know what the immediate thing is. Like, if they cut rates here, does price go down a little bit before it goes higher? That might be the case. I'm not a macro nerd. I don't study that kind of shit that much. But is rates being cut gonna make price go down in a big, like, on a macro scale? No, it's not, right? I mean, like, rates going down means that borrowing money is cheaper, right? So if money is less expensive, it means that people will throw more money into risk on assets. It's just like the basic way that it always plays out. Like, if I can borrow money for super cheap, then it makes sense for me to borrow money and put it into risk assets. Am I saying that you should do that? Fuck no. Do I ever borrow money like that? No, but that's like what the big boys will do. You should probably stay away from that yourself. Definitely. And when I say that, to clarify, because I know we have different varying levels of experience, that doesn't mean fucking take out a credit card, right? Credit card interest rates are always going to be expensive. That means like a real fucking loan with a low rate. What is your prediction on what happens after rate cuts? Price go up. Simple. I meant 77K and 88K might be levels of interest since market isn't moving 100 miles per hour. I mean, I don't know where, you know, if you guys think this isn't going up fast, but it totally is, guys. For this being as large of an asset as it is, and is like, it's well established and liquid as it is, then, I mean, this is going up fast, guys. In 3 months, or in like whatever, like 2.5 months, we're up 80%. Like, we're going up fast. Bitcoin's a large, like, relatively large asset nowadays. Now, what is Bitcoin, like, $1.5 trillion asset? Maybe more than that, I don't know. Don't really pay attention to that stuff. Damn, you guys be typing in the chat. At its current pace, you think Bitcoin will top out in December this year? Totally could happen. I don't really want to be a predictor like that, though, you know? What source do you prefer for your VWAPs, close or HLC3? I use time-based, so close. Who are the traders you respect? Myself. Can we not talk about macro and rates ever again? I mean, I know that has like stained everybody's experience because you listen to retards talk about macro for a long time, right? And like saying that like, oh, we'll never go up again because rates will never be that low. Yeah, fuck all those nerds, right? Just because some people were dumb about something doesn't mean that you shouldn't like care about it, right? It's just like funding, right? People are fully, stupid. Can't say the R word. I'm trying not to. They're fully, moronic about funding rates, but funding rates is still something you should pay attention to. Same thing with interest rates, right? I mean, essentially, they're both lending dynamics. How expensive it is to borrow matters a lot. So you should respect that stuff, and you want rates to go down because that's gonna make number go up. Rate cuts have historically always caused giga dumps. I mean, in the short term, there's no way that that's true in the long term, though. A lot of rate talk. The 150 soul seller can't keep getting away with this. He won't. He won't. The moment that people start to rotate their Solana profits back into Solana from their turbo meme coins, that thing's gonna fucking yeet up. $170 next. History has shown that markets go down on rate cuts. I mean, yeah, you guys sound like turbo nerds, but all good, all good. seems to have potential for the super cycle. I don't buy into any of that stuff. Do you have ATS or a TOS full version or only for crypto? I only have the crypto version and I don't even use it these days. What do you think will happen with Arbitrum? I'll cover Arbitrum when I get to altcoins. Do you respect high stakes capital? No, definitely not. Never forget that guy put out that he basically is a pasta. You guys are panic withdrawing from FTX while I'm depositing millions to go long. I know that people make mistakes, right? And you shouldn't like really fault people for making mistakes, but it's a different situation when somebody has a large following and they're telling their followers to deposit money into a currently imploding Ponzi scheme, right? So fuck that guy. I use macroeconomic podcasts. Send me help, please. Yeah, it's over for you. Macro is important, but it adds up to technical analysis. I mean, let's be honest, boys. Sorry to burst everyone's bubble here, but it's all a meme. Macro is a meme. Your TA is a meme. Even order flow is a meme. Like, it's all a meme, right? So your experience with trading is the thing, and your ability to submit to momentum and stuff is really the main shit that matters. Just go ahead and accept that TA is a meme right now. It'll help you a lot. Low ticks for Tuesday, Sag. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of appreciate that. I don't want the market to move when I'm streaming. I want it to move when I'm not streaming so I can trade it. Sounds like Dalai Lama play when Powell announcing rate cuts. Yeah, and I mean, let's be honest, guys. There's no indication that that's actually going to happen. The only thing that makes me think that at all was there was definitely some rhetoric in Biden's speech the other day about rates coming down. So we want to, but I mean, he has, the Fed is its own entity. What the fuck? That was a high EV bet, bro. You don't get it? What are you talking about, dude? He quotes the FTX tweet every week, talking about how we were live, we live and we learn. I mean, that's great if that's the case, but I respect being humble and acknowledging your mistakes and learning from it and whatnot. But also, I mean, I know a lot of people that got completely washed out of the game because of FTX. I lost money on it, but it wasn't enough to like kill me. It just was a little flesh wound. I'm pretty hard on that whole situation. I never made a cent on macro. Yeah, to be clear, guys, I'm not sitting here saying that you should care about that stuff. I trade my system and I don't really care about anything. I'm just doing the simple, we want something that lines up with our existing bias, right? So if rates get cut, that will make market go up in the long run, right? Which is what we want. Is open interest more relevant to look at in USD or in the base asset? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you're more comfortable with. There are arguments for both. I think it mainly matters if you're trading stable contracts or if you're trading coin margin, then maybe it matters a little bit more, but it doesn't really matter. Do you think we see a $10,000 green candle this cycle? That's totally possible. I mean, it also depends on what time frame you're talking about. Are you talking about a $10,000 daily? I mean, we might have already had that. I mean, this one's pretty fucking close. Well, I guess I'm bad at math. No, it's not. Yeah, will we have a $10,000 candle this cycle? Probably. It's not wild at all. Do you think ETH upgrades BTC halving or sell the news events? I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to predict. Probably what will happen is that, yeah, there probably will be some selling after the halving goes through. I do think that ETH is one that you guys want to bet on, though. I have been starting to... I've been bearish on ETH for a long time, and I did start to accumulate ETH over the past few weeks. it makes sense to bet on ETH, right? We're going to run the same play that we did with the ETFs, right? People are going to buy Ethereum in speculation for the ETFs. They're going to get rejected a couple of times. Eventually, it'll get approved. It'll be a sell the news event. And then all the consistent daily flows coming into ETH will drive the price up. So I think that betting on ETH this year is a smart play for sure. As somebody who's been super bearish on it for a while now, right? At the beginning of the bull cycle, this trend, I didn't really buy any ETH, right? I've just bought Bitcoin and Solana, and I've recently started to make that shift. Every time I open Binance and scroll down, I see people saying Pepe will go to $1, Shiba will go to $1. I mean, we want people to think that. That's good. Does anybody know if banks are still having problems? Not really. They're kind of chilling. Again, I don't think it really makes sense to care that much about those things. Do you think Bitcoin hits 69K from here or 75K? I mean, dude, that's a fucking straight up coin flip. 69K is closer than 75K right now, so there you go. Yes, on the daily, yes, we could definitely have a $10,000 daily candle this cycle. It's not even crazy to expect at all. Think about it in terms of percentages, that's not even that much. Especially as we go higher, right? If Bitcoin's over $100,000, then it's sub 10% candle. We already almost have one this cycle. That is facts. Magus, do you mind explaining how to use CBD if you use CBD? I hate these kind of questions, not gonna lie. My understanding is that aggregated CBD doesn't work. Why is this? Yeah, I always make fun of aggregated CBD. All the like Coinalyze, and Velo aggregated CBD guys. That shit's dumb. You want to use CBDs on an individual basis. So you want to be comparing CBD on each individual exchange. And you're just using it to gauge the relationship between makers and takers, right? If CBD is going up a lot and price isn't going up that much, that tells you the ask is strong, right? I mean, that's like the basic 101 of it. So you're using CBD to gauge how much effort is being put in from takers, and then how much of a response are they getting, right? Is a little bit of CBD increase driving price up, then that's pretty bullish, right? So it's about context, the relationship between maker-taker. Do you have access to Coinbase? I know you said it's the only reason you couldn't get on Prime. I mean, I don't have access to Prime. I don't remember even saying that. Do I have access to Coinbase? I do. In fact, I have access to like every major spot exchange, and I use a lot of different exchanges. ETH is so hard to leverage trade. Can't ever tell what the fuck the coin is doing. Well, it's simple, bro. Stop leverage trading it then. If you're struggling to leverage trade it, buy spot. I mean, I'm not over here. I'm not over here leverage trading it, right? I mean, occasionally I am, but for the most, what I'm talking about for betting on it this cycle is buying spot. Let's drop the feminine side chat and start charting charts, boys. Or talking charts, boys. Yeah. Right. Reminds me of the 90s games, this music. Yeah, it's because this is Diablo. What is this question? Can you explain why funding rates are so high when no one is farming triple-digit annual delta strategy? That doesn't have anything to do with with funding rates being high. Funding rates are high because perps are trading ahead of spot. That's it. It's just a basic demand for perps argument in combination with liquidity, right? So it has nothing to do with farming. That mattered in the bear market, where people were using rates, they're using perps to hedge out their big stacks from farming. BTC is falling. It's over, guys. It's over. What are we down? We're down 2%. Lights out. All right, guys. I caught up with chat. I'm gonna refocus. I already did the macro, so I'm gonna look through VWAPs and look through medium time frame, and then we'll start to get into alts. We'll start with ETH, we'll do Solana, we'll do Doge. I'm gonna look mostly at my own altcoins that I care about. Stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking water at your desk, especially if you're a goober like me talking into a mic, pretending people are listening. All right, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet, but the only reason to be worried about price at all is how extended we are from value. We look at quarterly value, we're really far away from value right now, right? Price is way the fuck up here. It's not that common to see price like stay outside of value like this. Now, yes, we have incredibly bullish flows, and that's basically the only reason why this is happening. But at some point, we want to see value converge with price, just as like a healthy way to view markets. So the kind of 3 ways that I expect that to happen are either 1, price ranges and value shifts up towards it. 2, so that's 1. 2, price just comes down to value. 3 is the reset argument. So technically, in about 2 more weeks, we're gonna get a quarterly reset, and if price can hold up here or higher, even theoretically, and then the quarterly reset comes through, this is just gonna reset like it did right here, and it's, you know, will move up on its own. So those are the 3 kind of arguments around value that are really important right now. This is the only thing that has me worried at all about being bullish, is the fact that we've never seen this before and not pull back. The only other time we've had anything similar to this was in 2020. We have value and we have price trading up way above it, and then you just get the reset as you go from 2021 or from 2020 to 2021, right? So if price doesn't pull back or go sideways, we need the reset to save us. Otherwise, it actually, like, this is a legitimate worrying sign, and this is the only worrying sign that I have in my system right now. So I'll leave it at that. As far as the VWAPs actually go itself, I mean, everything's turbo bullish. If we go to the monthly, I mean, the current monthly is super bullish, right? We're trading above price. You know, VWAP is kind of sloped upwards. We're holding the value area high. You know, the March VWAP is super bullish still. And I think that, you know, the March VWAP will probably continue to hold up price. I see a lot of like fear Bitcoin's falling comments. We're fine, guys. Chill out. Don't sweat this shit. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for that. We'll get into medium time frame really quickly. As far as medium time frame goes, I'm expecting 64K. You know, so like what we talked about, 60K is macro support, 64K is my like major medium time frame support. I think that like 69K is like inner, you know, like lowish medium term support right now. So this is like the kind of area that we expect to hold. We got a nice demand block and a classic kind of support and resistance flip argument. So I think that this, you know, is probably where the dip will, you know, dip down into if it keeps going. It could always just Dalai Lama right back from where it's at. Everything's super bullish. Again, we're super extended from value, right? The 30-day rolling is like way the fuck down here at 60K. So it would not surprise me at all. I don't want this to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if this was still just marking out a larger range and that we had like a steeper pullback to build up value and accept over 60K more slowly, because that would give us the opportunity for value to shift up. And that's a sign of health, right? You want value and price to converge to some extent. You don't want price to be really far away from value. The further away you are from value, the higher the likelihood of pain. So I'm still like leaning super bullish with everything. Zero interest in taking any shorts. The only type of shorting I would ever do would be to hedge, but I'm not even interested in that. My VWAP system tells me to be a little bit worried though, and that's pretty much that. So I'll catch up with Chad again really quickly, and then we'll get into altcoins. Don't you think previously established value matters, i.e. it's very arbitrary and yearly value will continue to evolve? It is arbitrary, but that's the world we live in. Everything is arbitrary like that. It's crazy how the cyclicality of quarters matters a lot. Yeah, if that reset comes through, the yearly value is gonna still look the same, but that's just how things work, as crazy as that sounds. The cyclicality of yearly resets, of quarterly resets, of monthly resets, they really matter a lot. So it's just one of those things where you don't want to try to ask too many questions and just fucking submit to it, honestly. I've been doing this for long enough to where, you know, I just don't ask questions on those kind of things anymore. I just do. I mean, James, you're asking the same question. Wouldn't the price be extended from the yearly? Yeah, I mean, that's why it's concerning for me, right? But if you look at, you know, I guess that the only example that I could find that where price didn't reconverge with value is the yearly reset, right? This is from 2020 to 2021, right? So all I'm doing is I'm just trying to find a reason why price doesn't need to go down when I say that stuff. Which is what you should be doing, right? You should be not midwitting these things and trying to overthink stuff. You should be just like finding reasons why price will keep going up, because that is where momentum is at. That's pretty much it though for Bitcoin. Probably move on to altcoins here. What's Dalai Lama? Google Dalai Lama meme. It's this. But just Google it. All right, little bit of a rundown on Ether. So like I said, I have been building up more ETH exposure over time. I think that ETH is going to be pretty much a layup trade this year. I think it's going to be very, very much easy mode. As far as levels go, I don't really have a whole lot of levels to really concern myself with. The main level that I was worried about was 3,500, and we've obviously smashed that and hit 30K, or 4K, excuse me, 30K. Imagine ETH at 30K. There is obviously resistance right here, right? This is going to be your last, you know, if you look at Bitcoin, it's like the same kind of thing. This is the 60K level on Bitcoin where we're at 4,200. So this is your last major resistance to worry about. If ETH gets over that, then it's going to send. I think that we're going to continue it. We're going to see ETH like start to actually play catch up. ETH has gotten outperformed by Bitcoin in a really big way for a long time, and this is why I was so bearish on it. People that were trying to be early to this trend, it didn't work out too well for them. So how I'm looking at things, I do think that this is probably looks like an actual ETH bottom against Bitcoin, and I think that that the ETF narrative is going to play out exactly the same or very, very similar at the least with ETH, right? Where people speculate around the ETF, and then you know, eventually one of them will get approved, and you'll get steady flows going into ETH from that for the ETF guys, right? This looks like a pretty decent bottoming structure. You know, do I think that it, you know, is there no reason why I can't just keep chopping? Like, it totally could. I'm patiently waiting for the VWAP to actually get bullish. So I want to see more time spent above the VWAP, and I want to see the VWAP start to slope up. If I start to see those two pieces, that'll be an indication that ETH is probably entering into king mode. Not that there's a whole lot of data points for it, but every cycle I've ever traded, ETH gets outperformed by Bitcoin at the beginning of the cycle and then plays catch up and outperforms Bitcoin later on. That'll probably happen in some, you know, to some extent as well. So that's what I'm betting on. I played this cycle really differently, not you know, accumulating ETH early on and playing Bitcoin and Solana instead, which worked out really well. I do think that eventually ETH will play catch up though, and we'll have one of these kind of moves where it actually outperforms Bitcoin. Like, you know, look at what happened in 2021. I think that we'll have something like this where ETH will kind of go king mode. It'll probably just happen later into the cycle. So probably once Bitcoin's at like 90K or something like that is where ETH will really start to trade up. So I mean, I'm not really interested in doing levels all that much. Like I just said, where the fuck did my level get deleted? I literally just drew it. We'll draw it again for realsies this time. Call it basically 42. Alright, roughly 42, give or take. That's our final resistance that ETH needs to break through. Once it does that, it'll probably be able to Giga Ascend. In the time being, you're looking for it to pull back and buy it up probably on a higher time frame. But again, dips are probably going to be a lot more shallow than you really expect. The only reason why you would get to buy ETH all the way down to like 3,500 is if Bitcoin trades back towards 60K. That's pretty much it for ETH though. We'll do Solana next. So Solana, been super bullish on Solana for a while now. Been bagged up and just chilling. It's pretty crazy that some of my spot buys are up over 10x now. $150 was the first major resistance that I was worried about, and that's where we're struggling right now. I think eventually it will conquer the 150 level and it will go to 170 next. If Solana is able to conquer 170, then it's like going to go into turbo send mode and we could see it at like 400 or something like that. I'm not really worried about any of this shit being legitimate resistance. I'm just mainly going to be focused on these two areas, and I think if 170 gets beat, then it could probably really escalate upwards. From a higher time frame and like more of a fundamental view, not that I'm an FA guy at all, but I think that Solana, this is Solana cycle is how I'm looking at it. Almost reminiscent of how ETH had its first cycle and then had its second cycle is where it really performed well. I think that that's more or less what's going to happen here, especially like NFTs are very big on Solana, and now we have the emergence of meme coins over the past couple of months. So I think on ramping onto Solana for normies is very, very easy, and that's what you want. So I'm just like super bullish on Solana high time frame. If it does any like meaningful dip and we actually see it dip down hard, I'll probably buy more, honestly. I told myself I didn't want to buy any more Solana, but honestly, if it gives me an opportunity like that, I probably will. And if it wants to just go up, then that's fine too. It's kind of win-win how I'm looking at it. I don't think that this thing's like at the top by any means, though. It's not like going to go down a shitload from here. Yeah, that's pretty much that. I'll do Dogecoin, and then we'll look at other coins. So yeah, I mean, obviously my beloved Dogecoin's getting bodied right now a little bit. That's whatever. Honestly, it might be an opportunity to just buy more. I bought a lot in like the 12-13 cent area the other day. I would have bought more if the exchanges weren't breaking, but yeah, like one of my spot exchanges just totally broke, and I had to do most of my buying on one of them, which is super annoying. It's actually insane that it's 2024 and these spot exchanges can't handle a 10% nuke. But yeah, fundamentally super bullish on Doge. I think that we see these kind of moves, and people are probably going to be fearful of that happening again. I don't think that that's where we're at right now. I think that this thing it's major resistance where it's at right now. I saw a bunch of people kind of drawing support and resistance flips. I mean, technically this is like some sort of a flip. I don't really care about that one. It's currently contesting the major resistance right here, and that's what I'm worried about. So it needs to defeat like 19 cents, and if it can get over 19 cents, then it can send. And I look at Doge, like I bought a bunch of meme coins, basically all these things over here except for Whiff. I bought all these the other day, and plus more that are not on this list. But I think that Doge is the safest play out of all of them, and that's why I did my largest allocation into Doge. Yes, it's probably not going to outperform like Pepe or something like that, or it's not going to outperform Whiff, but it's I just sized up on it instead. I look at Doge as like the very safe play, and I said this a couple of times, and now I'm even seeing other people say it now, that I think that Doge is basically the Bitcoin of memes, and it's like the safe play. So eventually I think that Doge will really catch on, and I'm not even like trolling at all when I say that like $1 is a pussy target. I think it like goes to like a lot higher than that. Probably like 169 is like my real target this cycle for this thing, which would be a like absolutely massive move, right? Going up 900%. If we study how Doge moved up last time too, you gotta be really patient with this shit, because it went up a shitload at the beginning, right? And then went sideways for like 3 months and then went up a lot again. So you need to be patient with these kind of things, and that's why spot allocation is smart. So I'm gonna take a second to get water real quick. I'll scroll down and we can look at some of your shitcoins. Music reminds me of Diablo 2 town music. That's because that's exactly what it is, Samuel. I googled it and just found an old man kissing a boy. You typed in Dalai Lama meme, or maybe type in Dalai Lama trading meme if that didn't work. Are there any ETH beta plays that you're looking to accumulate spot in? Not really. I mean, if I wanted to, I would just be picking the safe ones. Like, I would probably just play like OP and Arbitrum if I wanted to, but no, I'm not really interested in that. What are your top 3 coins you're grabbing on a dip? Probably Doge, Pepe, and Solana. Swap that Doge for Pepe, bro. JK, Doge is a good bet. I mean, I bought Pepe the other day as well, which my Pepe buys are up. Stupid. I mean, they were up almost 100%. They're getting round trip pretty hard right now, but I'm not too worried about it. These are long-term spot plays. Yeah, I didn't just buy Doge. Doge is just my largest allocation. I bought everything on this list, except for I didn't buy WIF. Bonk over. I mean, yeah, Bonk's gonna be all right, I'm sure. I didn't put that much money into it. I'm up heavily on Folky, about 4.5x. Yeah, I mean, Folky went up a fuck ton. Unironically, this is like one of the best performing out of the larger caps. You deleted your message, so now I don't know what to tell you. In the middle of reading your message, you delete it. Where would you look to buy more Doge? Probably like 15 cents. This should hold as pretty good support for the time being. If this region starts to get lost and like we like look sluggish down here, that my Doge thesis might be in trouble. If we start to trade down here a lot, so I would want to see like 15, 16 cents hold. But again, you got to be mindful that when it comes to these kind of things, like the other day when I bought the dip, I got pretty good entries on Doge, for example. Did I sit here and like have levels marked out or anything? No, I just fucking waited for Bitcoin to stop selling off and bought, right? So I don't really care about like TA levels and stuff that much. Doge used to be Bitcoin Dirk back in the day, just another fork turned into a meme, catapulted by Elon on this cycle. I mean, if you know the true history of Doge, then you should know that it's not just like, it didn't just do well because of Elon. Like if you... Oh, that's gonna be a shitty one. Why is Binance showing me the water? Is Binance gonna actually have history on this? Jesus, these tick sizes are disgusting. Doge has been around a long time and it's had a whole bunch of cycles. Right, so yes, Doge did really well last cycle with the help of Elon and whatnot, but it's been around a long time. It's not some sort of new thing, obviously. Any higher time frame thoughts on Say? Not really. I'm not super interested in like the other layers right now. I'm not playing layer 2 or layer 1s, layer 2s, whatever. You know, Avalanche might spark that again, but we'll see. What's it looking like right now? I mean, yeah, memes are in reset stage right now. There isn't any clear leaders like layer ones, like wallets. Like, I'm not about to bet on wallets personally. It's like layer ones are like the best thing right now currently, I think. But yeah, I mean, we're clearly in just like a reset stage, right? We're just wiping out some risk right now. I mean, the chart looks really good for sure. I like the trend. I can definitely see this start to build up momentum and rip again on a high time frame. Am I interested in it? Not really. I think that the layer one trade isn't here yet, but who knows? Maybe I'm unironically flooding it into being a move. Which is better level for pullbacks, high volume node or low volume node? I don't know if I would say one is better than the other. High volume is going to be a much more like stable base as a support versus a low volume node is going to be a little bit more sporadic, but a low volume node should give a faster response. So high volume node is good because it's going to be more stable because there's so much volume transacted there, but it's going to give a slower response. Low volume node is maybe a little bit more risky in some ways, but it's going to give a faster response. So there's pros and cons to both. My normie friends don't know WIF, but they know Doge. Yeah, everybody in the world knows what Dogecoin is. And then once Dogecoin starts trending, they're going to yeet into it. Sorry, deleted my comment on accident. No problem, dude. I ran 3K into 14K on faulty, came quickly. What do you think? Percentage to pull out and rebalance. It's really hard for me to say, dude. You know, in the short term, taking profit on that is going to look, you're going to look like a genius taking profit on it. But in the long term, you're going to regret it, if I'm being super honest. I hate to be the guy that tells somebody not to take profit. But if there was ever a period in history where it made sense to be stupid and to not take profit and rebalance things, these are the periods, right, where you want to maybe consider doing that. So too big of a slice of my portfolio right now? Yeah, so I mean, if it's really overweight your portfolio, then yeah, maybe take it out and put it into other things. Or maybe have a little bit of dry powder to buy up dips like we have today. Who knows, this dip could keep going down lower. But yeah. It's a personal decision, man. It's really hard for me to tell you what to do. Join Paragon next month for 6 months. Stoked to join. Welcome, bro. Big fan of Charlie Magnus and Doc. Thanks, man. Can you do a quick rundown on all your lists? You said 2 streams ago you would, because most of us wouldn't pick up on even what you showed. I mean, I don't actually really like the way my lists are structured at all right now. One of my goals this week is to redo this completely. So, I mean, I have it organized with like strong, legitimate coins, strong scam coins. I have the range on the range coins. I have my general scam list. These are all like decent coins in the scam list. Bitcoin beta, ETH beta. Just my general trading list. And most of the trading list is dog shit I don't care about. But I'm going to be redoing my trading list here this week. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because it's still early. My plan is to restructure this and clean it up a lot and then have a separate list. I want to go back. I used to do coins by categories. I'm going to go back to that. So I'm going to have a list that's coin by categories to pair with my spaghetti stuff. And then I'll have the strong list, right? I still like having just my generalized strong and good scam list like this, but the problem is that I can't have my list set up like this and have things divided into category. So I'm going to do both. What do you think about Arbitrum? A few billion tokens being released yesterday. They've been released, you mean? I mean, I think that Arbitrum, I like, god damn, this chart's so ugly. I think that Arbitrum looks good overall. And you're basically waiting. You should be watching the ETH BTC pair, because if ETH starts to really show strength, then things like OP and Arbitrum will do really well. Ethereum Classic will do well, right? ENS, I don't even know what this SSV thing is. I hate LDO too, personally. I've had too many bad experiences trading it, so I probably won't buy it. But I think OP and Arbitrum both look good. Let's look at OP. Yeah, I mean, OP looks really fucking good actually for dip buying. So any of these like ETH beta coins are gonna probably be good plays if ETH shows strength. JTO looks good, just like Jupiter, pumped at the same chart, same chart. I thought I had Jupiter somewhere high on here. Yeah, I like Jupiter a bit. I've been really slow to start to participate in it. I didn't want to buy it in the rounding out stage. I had a bunch of friends that did, and Sting shielded me on this one pretty early. I mean, yeah, I think of this coin is probably at the start of an uptrend, and then it will probably go up a lot. JTO. I have this on my list. I just don't know where it is, so I'm just gonna do this instead of trying to look for it. Yeah, it looks pretty similar. I like coins that look like this, where they kind of go down, round out, and then start an uptrend, right? That was last year. That was what I called the big booty pattern, where they had big butts. I really liked trading coins like this. We'll look at Aptos for educational purposes. Just because I have the schematics on this chart still. So any of these coins that do this, where they have like the listing pump, they go down a lot, people short the shit out of them and say it's a dead coin, they kind of round out and do like simple range reclaim kind of situations. That's what you want to look for, and eventually they go into the distribution cycle. So this is your schematic for new coins a lot of the time. The round out and then turbo uptrend into distribution cycle, and that's exactly what Aptos did, right? Round out into turbo uptrend and then distribution down. And I think that this coin actually looks pretty good right now overall for dip buying. Thoughts on Algo? Bro, I'm probably about to bully your coin. I think Algo probably looks like ass. I don't like any of these boomer coins. All right, I mean, local trend, I like the local trend looks good, and the yearly situation looks good as well. It is pretty rough though on a lot of these coins that, you know, are so beaten down like this that, yeah, they can go up locally, but like, is this gonna pull a Solana where it actually like goes up a lot? Probably not, you know. I don't understand, like, what are the merits behind Algo, right? Why are people gonna buy the shit out of this thing, right? The arguments for something like Solana, pretty fucking straightforward, but what's the reasoning why somebody's gonna buy Algo? And the arguments are probably not really there. So something like this was just, it's gonna go up because it's gonna get dragged up by Bitcoin and stuff, but is this gonna be a high performer? Probably not. That's something that people struggle with, is when I like talk about older coins like this. It's not that I'm bearish on it, it's just that I don't feel confident it's going to be a very strong coin. You know, I feel that way about all the older coins for the most part. When you said you look for Bitcoin to stop selling based on tick chart, I'm not using tick charts. I'm not using absorption and footprints. I'm just using my eyeballs. So when like the dip comes last week, for starters, you know, 60K is my only like higher time frame level that I have left. So that's like one of the main things I'm looking for, is like it's dipping into my, you know, into my ultimate buy the dip zone. I know that this sounds kind of hard it's hard for me to properly put into words, but I've watched Bitcoin nuke so many times that, let's see if we can find that day. I don't know how to put it into words properly. I'm just really good at watching this and just feeling when the nuke is over. I mean, for starters, one of the main things that made me confident was the OI wipe, right? So I bought Bitcoin first, and then I started buying up shitcoins. All the shitcoin plays, you know, on perps at least, I took profit on a long time ago. I'm still in the Bitcoin play, and I bought up spot trades on this as well. The beauty of things, guys, is that whenever people get shit on like this, and you get it, this is just Binance alone, but just Binance did like a 15% OI wipe. When you get big moves like this that wipe out OI, yes, ideally you're buying into the lows. But the beauty of it is that you don't actually need to buy into the lows, because once you kind of come back up into value, the likelihood of a big nuke is so much lower, right? The likelihood of going down after this happens is lower because we just wiped everybody out. So the trend is up and we just wiped everybody up. So you could literally buy in here and have it still be plus EV, right? What would have happened? Yo, you would have made money probably, right? I mean, yeah, you're getting clapped up on the way, but it went up higher, right? So, you know, I use OI and I use like basic volume metrics. This is honestly my main order flow tool right here, right? I'm not over here on footprints and stuff. Just mostly use like a trading view setup like this. So it really just comes down to experience. I've traded so many of these Bitcoin nukes because I've been trading Bitcoin for like 8+ years now that I just know how to eyeball these things. How long have we been streaming? Hour and 22 minutes. All right, we're probably going to wrap it up here in like the next like 10-15 minutes or something like that. So any important questions, throw them in the chat. Let's maybe not just do ticker spamming though, because this shit's boring. Kind of depressing tune for the background. Do we need to come in with some more hype background music next week? I used to play Diablo a lot when I was a kid, so I like this shit. Maybe we'll come in with some more hype background music next week. Oh, for sure, Mag. I've got no doubts about long term. Want to hold a big amount, but thanks for that. No problem, dude. Dim. We can look at Dim and Tia. Dimension. Damn, dude. I am the best. Actually, too good at this stuff. I mean, my time frame was a little bit off for the doodle, but yeah. I'm literally the best doodler. I'm doodle god. There you go. I think it's probably bullish now. I would probably recommend slapping it anchored on. You reclaim the anchored, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, you're looking for this trend to continue. You want to see it continue to do this sort of structuring, and as long as it does that, it's going to keep going up. So this is a pretty decent looking coin right now. Originally, people were asking about it over here, and I wasn't super optimistic about it. I wanted to see it go down and form a bottom. It looks like it's probably done that. So this looks pretty decent. Tia, I've been really ignoring Tia for a long time now. I've just been chopping sideways for ages. Yeah, I'm still not super interested in Tia. I think that it's probably going to keep going sideways. Once it has momentum behind it, then maybe I'll be more interested in it. But for the time being, I don't want to buy sideways shit like this. Because it's not going to respond that well for momentum plays, right? I'm looking for quick responses. And this is probably something that will just keep going sideways for the time being. I think Tia has fantastic Ponzi-nomics, and the trend structure is still very much intact. So you're just waiting for this kind of reaccumulation stage to finish up, and then it can go up a lot. Do you buy memes on other chains besides Solana and ETH? No. I don't even buy Solana memes. I just buy ETH memes. I don't buy like turbo shitters. Everybody that's watched these streams for a long time knows I stay where the liquidity is at. And it's like Solana has good liquidity for that, so that's not really what I'm trying to say. But I just buy ETH memes for the most part. What's going on? No one is begging for the 6K liquidity turbo coins today. Yes, we have manifested a better stream. Do you think JTO pumps solely off being in the Solana ecosystem? I don't even know what JTO is, so I don't really know to answer that question. I think that, yeah, as an aggregate, Solana ecosystem coins are probably going to do well. I think Solana is going to do well, and I think Solana ecosystem coins are going to do well. And that's pretty much the extent of my thesis. Number go up. Very simple. We'll look at Ondo. Yeah, I think Ondo's been a really good coin for a while. What I said on my outlook on Sunday night was I wanted to see this thing come down. So I think the Ondo will probably be a good play, but you're waiting for the trend to kind of reset a little bit and go up more. Excuse my ugly triangle drawings, but yeah, I think this is a good coin. I like the RWA narrative. It's one of the main reasons why I like Dusk so much. Dusk finally broke its macro resistance that I had been looking for it to break for a while. So yeah, I think that like RWA has not done very well because memes and AI are overshadowing it, but RWA will probably do really well. Just give it some time. With something like Folky, when in price discovery, do you use fib retracements for TPs? No, I don't use fibs, guys. I just use, you know, basic range drawings, you know, mark out ranges and use VWAPs. That's all I do. What do you think about Llama's style of trading basic SR? I think that I like Llama, and I think that whatever works for you works for you. The reason why Llama is making that work is not because basic support and resistance is like actually edge or alpha. It's because he has a lot of trading experience. What do you think about coins in the Bitcoin eco like STX and 1CAT? I don't have a fucking clue what 1CAT is, but I do actually have stacks. That is one of my spot bags. I don't know if I've talked about that on the stream. I know I've showed it in the group a couple of times though. I really like the stacks chart. This thing is super strong, and it's obviously very high. It's highly correlated to Bitcoin and much higher volatility. So we like that, right? That's basic beta argument. I like this coin a lot. The music is dope. Thanks, Nicholas. Spice Girls. You want Spice Girls in the background? Thoughts on the immediate price action? You're probably talking about Bitcoin. Like I said, I mean, I think Bitcoin is extremely overextended, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to just keep, you know, every time it dips down, it just gets bought back up. So that's the meta you should expect to keep going on. The only worrying sign is that like price is extremely overextended right now, and I want to see, you know, it converge with value a little bit, right? These two VWAPs in particular. You expect to get an alt season soon? Bro, you trolling with that one? We're in alt season. People just don't realize it, right? We've been in alt season for a long time. Yeah, I know alts are not doing that well today, but like there's been a ton of days where like my Pepe went up like 60% in one day last week. How old are you? Nice try, Fed. Dementia. Magus stared at charts so much with his two eyes, his third eye opened. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. How have you been aping into low cap meme coins on Solana? I haven't, dude. It's not my style, right? Like when my friends show me on those things, occasionally I'm interested in it, but I don't do any research on that stuff. I don't do any of those things. Play the GTA 4 theme slowed for 4 hours. That might be a banger. What do you think about Tau? I don't know, man. I think it's got a good chart. Last time I looked at it, but I don't really want to look at it right now. It's not on an exchange that I trade on. How do you just spot and chill? I can't help but check price all the time. Guys, I don't have a fucking an idea. I don't know how much spot I have. I know that's going to be mind-boggling to you. I don't know how much spot, like for Solana example, I don't know how many Solana I have. I know I have a lot. I don't know how much Solana I have. I don't know what the valuation on it is. I don't know anything. You know what? I simply don't log into stuff, right? And I said this on my stream last Friday in the Paragon group. Delete your portfolio trackers from your phone, right? If you're sitting there at work or at your desk or whatever, refreshing your app that shows you how much money you have in your portfolio, delete that shit. It's not good for you, right? Turn your brain off and go full retardio. That's how you spot and chill. I have no idea. I know how much ETH I have because I've been buying it recently. I don't know how much Solana I have. I don't know how much Bitcoin I have. It's actually alpha to not know how much shit you have. How do you anchor VWAPs on newer coins? I mean, you just watched me do it a couple of times. Just slap it on at the very beginning of price action, bro. At the beginning of price action and at key swing points, right? Any swing high, swing low, or any sort of like shift in, you know, like maybe like a large event or something like that. Gala's kind of pumpy. I know, it's kind of funny to see that Gala's on the list somewhere up here. Gala finally defeated my pizza line. I mean, maybe Gal's gamify narrative. Maybe gamify is starting to come back. I'm sure gamify will have a rotation this cycle at some point. Have you got any Flux B? Nope, but my buddy Sting shielded me on that one really early before it went up like a lot, like over 10x. Lost my soul playing Martin Luther Kong. I have no idea what that is, but I'm sorry that you lost your Solana, bro. NXRA is my RWA coin. Never heard of it, but I like it. They say Litecoin pumps and then Bitcoin dumps. They have been correct. Yeah, I mean, I would never really want to be into Litecoin these days. I've made plenty of Litecoin trades in my day. I'm not interested in that shit anymore for the most part. It's a good quality stream, no shitters. Yeah, we like that. Spice Girls in the background, but without music. What do you mean? Just Spice Girls singing without any background music? Almost anyone can learn how the market moves if you've been here for 2 or 3 years. It's executing that takes longer to master. Yeah, I mean, really that could just be summarized, like condensed down into you have to have like balls, because buying into a big dump is scary. Can you show us how you plot your anchor VWAPs? New coin gets listed. Plot them at the start. Swing low gets printed. Plot them there. Swing high gets listed. You can plot it there. A major event comes through. You can plot it there. That's it. 1, 2, 3. I'm not a Fed. You're asking Fed questions. I'm older than you expect. This is definitely not altcoin season. It's been altcoin season for the right coins, man. I mean, a lot of my coins have been going up stupid amounts. Altcoin season isn't a thing anymore. Erase that shit from your mind. Altcoin season is like, if your Twitter people are talking about altcoin season, unfollow them. Tempted to shave off 30%. I mean, do it, man, if you want. On what page do you check news in the market? I don't really check news that much, man. I don't have to do that anymore. I have a news reporter in the Paragon group, so I have a dude that's what he does for us. He tracks all the news. A lot of it gets scraped by bots. And yeah, I don't have to use my brain anymore for news because it all gets done for me, which is awesome. You into stocks? Not really. I mean, I own a bunch of index funds and a bunch of mutual funds, but I don't trade stocks. I traded stocks before I traded crypto. Homie showing a $6 million market cap called Catboy. Good luck, bro. I really hope to get to stay showing us wisdom. How criminal is certain big channels behave. I'm highly confident this is the last influence for Wild West. Yeah, I mean, for sure. That's one of the reasons why I want to grow my YouTube account, is because I'm tired of seeing people that have like a lot of subscribers just be absolute pieces of shit, and like they're getting allocations from a token and then going and shilling it to their followers, and their followers are dumb, so they just buy it. That shit bothers me so much. It's so unethical. You're 38, bro. I'm not fucking 38. Damn, dude. I'm not that old. I'm not even close to that. Bodying me in the chat. There's a thing called dispersion. Yeah, I mean, that's why it doesn't seem like altcoins, because it's one sector does well and the others don't. But trust me, we've been doing altcoin season stuff for a long time. He's at most 34. I'm not even close to 34 either. You guys think I'm old as shit. I shouldn't have said that I'm older than you think. I just thought you guys would think I was like 22 or something, you know? Since I say Zoomer phrases all the time. Do you expect the usual pre-halvening retrace to go into the halvening, or would you de-risk spot alts into this? I'm not interested in de-risking anything, guys. Like, if I have dry powder, so if there's a big nuke in the market ever, I'm gonna buy it up. But not interested in, you know, not interested in selling any spot. The only thing I would do to protect myself would potentially be throw a hedge on in short futures. Why isn't altcoin season a thing anymore? Money flow no longer a thing. Why? It just is the evolution of the market, guys. Study dispersion. We're in a stage where the market is, you know, it's all about one cycle does well and then another cycle does well, right? It's not, we're not in a stage where every ship gets lifted at the same time. That does occasionally happen, but not that much. For the most part, it's sector specific. Is 10 million Pepe enough, or should I buy more? I don't think that 10 million Pepe is even a lot, to be honest, but I don't actually know. I have a lot more than 10 million Pepe, but everyone's at different stages. Will you stream with the other Paragoners someday? Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I did one with Doc recently. Maybe I'll do like a 3-way with Doc and Charlie soon. A lot of OGs probably ride off into the sunset after this cycle. Yeah, but people have been saying that for a long time, dude. I said last cycle, I said that if ETH goes to $4,000, I'm going to retire. And it worked out exactly how I hoped. I sold a lot of ETH, you know, blah, blah, blah. But the way that human greed works is that whenever you hit your goals, they don't ever feel like they're as dramatic as when you set them. So if your goal is to make it to $100,000 and you're at 5K right now, when you get to 100K, it's not going to really feel like anything. When your goal is to get to $1 million and you get to $1 million, it doesn't really feel like that much. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Will you still be here after the cycle is over? I will. I'll probably change how I do things, right? Like these days, you know, people used to know me for being a scalper, and I don't really scalp that much anymore unless that's the only thing you can do in the market. In the future, I'll just, my levels of activity and participation will just go down over time, but I'm always going to be here because I love this shit. This is the kind of, you know, thing that I love doing in life. We've been nuking for the last 30 minutes. Homie. Sorry, I'm going to do this to you right now. Is that a nuke? Dude, we were literally here yesterday, right? It's not a nuke. We're chilling. Going down 10% is a nuke, not going down 3%. Is it better to mark out levels or just stare at a naked chart? Yeah, you probably want to mark out levels for it. I mean, based off that, I would imagine that you're a little bit newer to trading, and I would say you want to mark out levels for sure. Big caps like Solana haven't pumped properly? I don't know about that, bro. I mean, Solana's up 1,400%. Has that not gone up a lot? I mean, you ask me, I bought a lot of Solana in the $20, $30 range. I think Solana pumped. You have a system of rebalancing when certain coins run heavy or overweight in your spot portfolio. I actually had like a pretty serious breakdown in that in the stream in the Paragon group last week where I explained my logic on that, and the answer is no. Later in the cycle, I'll probably focus more on rebalancing and stuff, but we're still super early. I'm not interested in doing a lot of rebalancing stuff. I have no idea where we're at in the cycle. Why are large and mid caps so left behind compared to Bitcoin? Erase all the schematics that people share about Bitcoin goes up and then mid caps go up and then small caps go up. We've evolved past that stage. That's not what we do anymore. We're at the dispersion stage where Bitcoin goes up, strong altcoins go up, and that's that, right? A lot of altcoins will get left behind. If you traded multiple cycles and you've already experienced that, not every coin goes up. A lot of coins don't make it. Three-way spicy. Yeah, we're gonna do a three-way hot tub stream. So you won't leave us if you're a multi-billionaire? I mean, if I got to, I'll never hit a B, most likely. But no, I mean, even if my goal is generational wealth this cycle. If I hit that, I will just become less active, but I'll still be around a little bit. When is the right time to scalp? Q3 of last year. Study that. Benchmarks were sideways, and we had just scam coins that were trending up and getting really high participation. Crypto is the best video game. Facts, facts. When Magus scalper arc again? In the bear market, probably. Do you use Woo? If so, can you explain how accelerated leverage works? I have no idea what accelerated leverage is. I'm probably about to partner with Woo though, so maybe I'll be able to tell you then. If you hit generational wealth, can you get a job washing your driveway? Or can you get a job washing my driveway? Yeah, dude. If I hit generational wealth, I'll give Mr. Smith a job. I won't make you clean my driveway. You can do something a little bit more dignified than that. We're giving out jobs. We're pre-giving out jobs. We're pre-generational wealth, and we're pre-giving out jobs. All right, everybody. That's about an hour and 45 minutes or whatever, something like that. Do me a favor, press like. We averaged like 200 viewers today, or a little bit under 200, like 190 something, and we only have 87 likes. So do me a favor, press that like button. Helps us out a lot. Not trying to be cringe about it, but I want to grow the channel. I'm tired of big accounts on YouTube being pieces of shit and scamming their viewers. So I want to be a bigger channel so that I can be a voice of reason. And stop the scammers from getting away with it. You guys obviously know that I'm not here to scam anybody. So yeah, cheers everybody. Good luck out there. You know, we went down 3%, so it's over, you know. GG. I'll see you guys next cycle.